You are listening to the Love and Confidence Podcast, episode number 101. Welcome to the Love and Confidence Podcast. If you're a woman who wants to feel more irresistible, have more fun, and create deeper and more authentic connections, this podcast is for you. I am your host, certified life coach Lærke Nielsen, and I help you become the best and most confident version of yourself so you can attract the love life you desire. Let's get started. Hey there. Today I'm going to share with you a concept that I find to be very useful. It's called the with or without you energy. It's a concept that I heard about in another context. It has nothing to do with dating and relationships, but I find it very useful to explain what it means to be unattached, joyfully unattached, in early dating and also actually inside a relationship, and in what way that matters. So, when I first heard about this concept, the with or without you energy, it was in a podcast where it was discussed in the context of entrepreneurship. So, someone who had an idea for a business, someone who had a project, and they were looking for investors or partners to collaborate with. And there they talked about two different ways of presenting this project, two different energies you could talk about being in. You could present your idea as something really exciting, something that you are going to do. It's going to happen no matter what, and it's going to be super great. And you, as an investor, you have a chance to join this project. You can be in it or not. You can join me or not, but it's going to happen anyway. And if someone would speak about a project like that and really share their passion about this idea, that would make the other person, the potential investor, think that they are not going to miss out on this. This is too amazing. I have to be part of this. The investors and the collaborators, they were much more likely to say yes and join the project if the project owner presented it like this, compared to the other energy you could potentially be in, where they would present the idea as a project that might become reality, but only if they got support, where they needed a support. It's not going to happen unless they get that. They depended on the validation and the accept from someone outside the project. It's in our human nature that most of us don't like neediness from someone we don't actually have a clear commitment to yet. And in early dating, it's not a turn on that the other person needs your validation and they depend on you. It's much more attractive if someone is passionate and self-sustained. So if you think of a woman who has a good level of confidence, she believes in herself. She is someone who faces challenges in her life with courage and self-trust, and she is committed to her values and goals in life. She sees herself as a good catch, not superior to others, but also not inferior. And she doesn't put a man on a pedestal. She sees herself as equal. She doesn't hyper-focus on him. She keeps doing the things that she normally does, and she keeps seeing other people. And she is also very intentional. She knows what she wants and what she doesn't want. She has a vision for the relationship she wants, and she's going for that vision. And also, which is probably most important here, she is determined to get the most out of life, no matter if she's in a relationship or not. She doesn't tell herself that she can only be happy when she has a partner. She doesn't think that her life can only be fun and exciting when there is a partner. She doesn't wait for a partner to give her life meaning. She is determined to have an extraordinary life and get the most out of every moment, regardless of whether the man she's right now on a date with is into her or not, regardless of whether she's single or not, regardless of whether she has a full man funnel lined up to meet her or not. And so it's obvious that she's someone who understands how to enjoy life outside of dating. She isn't waiting for the partner to start living her best life. She's already doing it. And she also has a life purpose. And this is one of the things I really want to emphasize. You need to have a passion or a purpose in life that is equally important to a man. You are not here on this earth only to find a man. Your life is not only meaningful when you have a partner in it. Even if you think it might make your life even better. And that is okay to think so. And even if you do want to have a partner, you still won't tell yourself that your life is worthless if there isn't a man in it. So when a woman like this meets a man, then the message she sends to him is, I'm having a party over here. I'm in the middle of something exciting, which is my life. And I'm going to make the best out of it. I'm going to make the most out of it no matter what. So you can join me or not. I am planning to not only have fun, but also do interesting and important things. I have a purpose in this life. So if you want to join me, let's go. If not, that's fine too. I know where I'm going and I'm passionate about it. I am not going to depend on anyone to live my life. I'm not putting my life on hold or telling myself that I'm worth nothing if you don't want to join me for this party. I'm going to create my best life anyway. This is very attractive. It's an unattached and self-sustained, self-driving energy. And just to make it absolutely clear, this energy does not mean I don't care about whether you come or not, or I only want to do things my way so you can take it or leave it. It's not that kind of energy. It's more the I am so passionate about my life and I feel so confident about who I am that I'm going to make the best out of it, with or without you. I don't depend on someone else giving me permission to live a great life. I'm still able to live my best life, whether you are in it or not, even if I might prefer that you are in it. I'm committed to create an amazing relationship, and it might be with you, it might be with someone else. I would love to get to know you and explore what we can create together, but my life is not going to fall apart if you are not the right one, and I'm perfectly capable of having a fun and exciting life as a single woman too. This is what it means to be in the with or without you energy. And I want you to see this energy opposed to the needy and dependent energy when we tell ourselves that we can only be happy when we have a partner. That a life without a partner has no value. Being single is not as good as having a partner. I need a partner to feel happy. I have a shitty single life and I need someone to save me from that. I depend on someone who can validate me. If I don't have a partner, I will feel sad and depressed and alone. Now, I'm exaggerating a bit here, but sometimes that helps to explain exactly what I mean. So this is the choice between, on the one side, the passion and confidence, and on the other side, neediness and dependence. So you could ask yourself what you would find most attractive in a man. And I think you know the answer. The with or without you energy is not only something that you want to cultivate to be more attractive, it's also because it actually feels better for yourself. It's not very nice to believe that your happiness depends on someone else, because it makes you vulnerable and it puts you in a situation where you don't have authority over your life. Most people don't know how to make another person happy every day, so you're also creating suffering for yourself if you delegate that to someone outside yourself. Taking back that responsibility and acknowledging, okay, this is on me now, I am the driver of this car, I'm not the passenger. It's up to me to create this amazing life for myself, and I am determined to do that. That feels so much more empowering. And it's not always about changing a lot of things in your life. Finding out what you are really passionate about and then giving that attention and knowing why you are passionate about it and the direction you want to take with it, that is already something that can ignite the passion in your life. But of course, sometimes you do want to change things. You do want to go for your true passions, and that could mean look for a new job or take a new education or do something new on a volunteering basis. When you know what your life purpose is, and by the way, it doesn't have to be something you do for the rest of your life, but when you know that and you know what makes you passionate and what gives your life meaning, then you are much less vulnerable to the ups and downs in dating and you have your own anchor. You feel more resilient, and this gives you some other input and inspiration than what your relationship can do. And this energy is also something that you want to cultivate inside a relationship, a long-term relationship. It's of course more okay to need each other and depend on the other person to be there when you are talking about a long-term commitment than in the very early stages of dating. But nevertheless, you still don't want a situation where you depend on your partner to be your only source of joy and happiness. And you still want to have a passion, you still want to have a life purpose outside the relationship. This is related to Esther Perel's concept of the secret garden. The fact that you should always have something in your life that makes you passionate, you should always have something that gives your life meaning and that is equally important to a man and that is outside your relationship. You are not put on this earth to be somebody's wife or girlfriend only. You are here for more than that. You have bigger plans than that. And I might do a whole episode about life purpose and why it's so important for your love life that you have a life purpose outside of your relationship. But if you think of yourself in a long-term relationship, and you remember the secret garden that I talked about in episode 74, then this is one of the things that revives the attraction and keeps the passion alive between you and a long-term partner, that he can see you have a passion outside the relationship, that you have a direction, a purpose, a place that you go without him, a source of happiness and fulfillment that is not related to him and not depending on him. You are self-sustained, you are self-determined, and you're not waiting for him to be part of everything in your life. When he sees that, and the same goes the other way around when you see that with him, he sees a different version of you. He sees the independent woman who brings novelty, excitement, passion, and maybe even some adventure into the connection because she has something interesting in her life that he doesn't fully know all about. There is still more to get to know about this woman. She has a life outside the relationship. So the with or without you energy in a relationship is also not, I want to do everything my way and you can take it or leave it. Or, I don't really care what you think or what your needs are. I'm going to do this anyway. It's a more passionate, I have a project that's so exciting and fascinating that you get to experience me from a whole different side. Watch me and be fascinated about the woman that I also am. So, the with or without you energy, try noticing when you are in it and what it feels like. Try practicing this in dating if you're dating. Show him what you care about and what drives you. Think of yourself as the woman who has an interesting, fun, and exciting life that she's passionate about, regardless of whether there's a man in her life or not. Even if she does want a man, those are not contradictions. So this was what I had for you today. Did you take the Love Confidence quiz yet? If not, then hop over on the link in the show notes and do it. It takes less than 10 minutes. You can also find it on my website. I redid everything on my website. I completely changed it, and it's very nice if I can say so myself. I was never very tech savvy, but I take pride in doing everything in my business myself. This is a one-woman business, for now at least. So go to lærkethelovecoach.com or lærkenilsencoaching.com and find the link to the quiz and take it and see where you are on a scale of 1 to 10 on your love confidence. Thank you for listening today. And don't forget, no matter if you're single or not, you are loved, you are worthy, and you are important in this world. Have an amazing week. If you like what you're hearing on this podcast and you want to get support from a coach on your love journey, I invite you to book a free consult call with me. You will find the link in the show notes. And also, don't forget to subscribe, and I would love it if you would rate and review this podcast, and then you'll also help other women find it.